Hey, it is Greg Milby, Kentucky's Heartland and Kentucky'sHeartland.com, sharing the stories and the people and the programs powering the Heartland. And as we get ready for another school year, I'm excited to sit down with some pretty powerful educators in our community. We'll start here with Superintendent of Hardin County Schools, Teresa Morgan. Also, we have Principal Dan Robbins from EC3, who, by the way, is hosting us today in this beautiful facility. And on the very end down there, we have Mr. Dr. Justin Pate with ECTC, because we have, I call it a Doogie Howser type program. Because as me being 45 years old, that's what I remember. I never thought you would see kids in high school getting their associate's degree from a college. So first of all, let's talk about this, Dan. So how did this get started?
Well, I'll be honest, this was something that I think several people were very interested in, but I do give credit really to our former superintendent, Ms. Nanette Johnston. This was part of her initial plan with EC3 in general, that we would try to do something here that was, and I don't want to take anything away from WKU, but to be Gatton-esque in a sense. But we wanted to do something where kids were here, had those opportunities, but got to stay home. And so it's taken a few years to get going, but here we are now really starting year 3 of the full academy program where students start as high school juniors.
So is it to benefit the kids, or is it to challenge the kids a little bit too?
I think it's both. I mean, it gives kids a little bit different opportunity. Dual credit has been around for many years, but the thing about dual credit is that high schools can offer it if they have teachers that are credentialed in their building to offer it. It's kind of an equality type thing. We don't have that amongst our own schools in our district, 3 high schools. We don't have the same level of dual credit being offered. With this program, we bring the students to one location. We're able to give that exact same program to every single student. Doesn't matter what home high school you're with.
So now, even with dual credit, being able to get your associate's degree, that was something you didn't hear of.
Right, yeah. No, I think that is something that's definitely been on the horizon, that more and more partners are looking to do that. And I say partners, I'm talking about partners like ECTC, that we're looking to try to offer something special and something different. And so, obviously we could not do this program without the partnership of ECTC. So we're very grateful for that. But yeah, so it was, giving students dual credit, students giving 6, 9, 12, 18 hours even maybe, that is kind of, on the upper side of, maximum dual credits that kids are getting in high school. But this program allows kids to get 60.
Good. Well, we'll talk more about that coming up with you in a second. But Ms. Morgan, if you want to grab that microphone there, that way people can hear you pretty good there. We're kind of going basic a little bit. We've got 4 people here, and we had 2 microphones, so we're making this work because the information is what's the most important thing here.
Absolutely.
EC3, what does it mean to our kids in this community?
Really what it means for our community is opportunities for our students. We give them a pathway, and they have the ability to utilize that pathway to make great things happen right out of high school, or they continue on to a 4-year degree, whichever they are most interested in. The other part of this is kids have the opportunity to try something and go, you know what? I'm not interested in that in the way I thought I would, so I'm going to change pathways. And I always tell parents, hey, you can send me a thank you note in about 3 years when your child figured this out in high school, rather than you spending several $1,000s down the road to figure out this isn't something they're interested in doing. So really it's just about providing as many opportunities for our students in various pathways as possible.
I am a testament to that, or my son is a testament to that. What his plans were as a freshman and sophomore and even into his junior year are different than as he's walking into his senior year at Central Hardin this year. And I think just being able to see what is out there and being able to kind of test the waters and test drive some of that really has made a difference in him.
Yes, and you look at us, and we're not the youngest of groups. Dan might be offended by that statement, but we did not have these opportunities when we went through school. Who knows what pathways we may have chosen if we had all the varieties that these students have. So I really just think it is the opportunity for our students to explore and not be financially indebted when they end that exploration.
Years ago when this came about and we were talking about EC3 and it was being built, and I don't think the community understood how big and how impactful this is going to be years down the road. The fact that this past school year, over 30 kids walked across the stage with their associate's degree right when they were walking across the stage with their high school diploma, that is mind-blowing.
It really is. The other part I know from the community, they thought, well, this is another technical school. The students will leave here with an industrial pathway. They'll be able to do welding. They'll be able to do culinary arts. And then we really, and Dan really worked hard with this, we wanted the opportunity for our students to have that college opportunity just as much as they did the career pathway opportunity. With Dr. Pate opening the doors and saying, hey, come on in. We want these students. We want to provide these opportunities for them. We now can truly call this an early college and career center. It offers both of those opportunities for our students.
Well, good. Well, Dr. Pate, let me ask you that, because there's a lot of benefits for Hardin County Schools and our students to have this program. Now, what are the benefits for ECTC? What do you guys get out of this?
Well, we get some fantastic students, first and foremost. I mean, that's really, what comes to my mind when you ask about that. That's a big blessing for us. Many of these kids would not, they're getting scholarships to four-year institutions. They're going straight into a four-year college, that type of thing. And this has given us an opportunity to interact with these kids, early, and more importantly, I think, help us develop a pathway. We've got something very unique here. We don't have this type of relationship throughout the Commonwealth of Kentucky because of geography. We couldn't do this if we were 30 miles apart. Well, we're not. We're 3 minutes apart. So what it really does is give us an opportunity to see what's the perfect program look like. What are we shooting for here? How do we not just provide dual credit, but build a program that helps students transition from high school to college? And that's what we talk about. When we're talking about these things, it's not just, hey, how do we offer 10% more dual credit? No, it's what types of things do we need to do to craft a program that helps students transition successfully from high school to college, whether we be talking about a particular course or we're talking about how to study, how to go from dealing with ultimate organization in your day to ultimate freedom in your day. All the things that we're able to do, we're able to build that type of program. So that's another great benefit for us is working with partners and with fantastic students to really craft that program.
Now, I know when you talk career days in middle school, kids are starting to shape what they're wanting to do. This really kind of asks a student and a parent to kind of get together earlier and go, what exactly are your interests? What do you want to do after high school? What do you want to do after college? With this program, some of these kids are coming in for their junior and senior year, and they're literally spending all their time here on this campus. Yes. So I guess that it eases them into that college experience as well.
Oh, very much so. And you think a lot of these students are taking classes on the college campus. And so for them to have an opportunity in a still structured environment, because I can assure you, Mr. Robbins knows exactly where these kids are, and he is talking to the instructors and the counselors. We all have relationships with each other. Sometimes our instructors come here, sometimes the students come over to the building. Well, that's all part of the program. This is helping these kids get exposed in a still structured environment to how you make this transition. And then as we started crafting college planning, the University Center has become part of what we are looking at into the future of ECTC. Well, it really goes hand in hand with this program, because now students are not just gaining familiarity with college, they very well may be gaining familiarity with the very college they'll be attending, and through their involvement with EC3, will have a pathway to get a bachelor's degree 2 years after high school, having never left Hardin County. These things just get more and more exciting.
It is. It's very impressive as a parent and as a community member. It's impressive to me because you see these kids getting the education they need, and they're getting it quickly, and then the goal is we keep them here. That's what we want. We want these kids here. So, Mr. Robbins, as we go into another school year, where do you see this program going? I mean, it has grown very quickly. Where do you see it in the near future?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I mean, I think sometimes I start to think what the near future looks like, but I think I've just given up on on that and just saying we'll see where it takes us. We started this program, and to be honest, we have our first class. We said, hey, we're going to give college a try with this, and we started off with 6 kids. We had 5 kids from Central Hardin, 1 kid from North Hardin, and at that time with ECTC, our partnership was, let's see if these kids are interested in education. We were looking to build our own. I mean, take care of Hardin County Schools. And so these 6 students said, yeah, we're interested. I think out of that group, one of them is in their student teaching right now. So, she's hopefully going to be an employee of Hardin County Schools one day, but it was a chance for them to explore. Some of them decided that they were interested in something else. And so we started with that small group. The next year we had 17 kids that said, yeah, we want to try this. And these were only seniors. The next year we started the academy program, the juniors, 46 kids that started. 37 of them graduated with their associate's degree. We have 74 from last year that are all coming back. 74 potentially all on track to graduate their associate's degree. So we're going to continue to grow. This following year now, we have 89 students that were accepted. We had several more that applied, 120 applied. 89 were accepted into the program. So I don't even know what capacity is, to be honest. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Dr. Pate has done phenomenal over there. We have Lauren Sims, Laura Stover, and then I hope I'm not letting a cat out of the bag. Another future somebody will be in that office as well for dual credit.
Man, I thought I was just going to get a scoop like Maury Povich.
So anyway, we're continuing at ECTC again. That's that partnership. That's what we love, is they're continuing to do things like that we directly benefit from, and those are helping. That's helping our students so they can be successful, and they're getting that college advisement. They're figuring out how to plan their college, and with the future of the University Center. Wow. I mean, I think the opportunity here in Hardin County is endless. So where's the future? I don't know, but I think it's bright.
I totally agree with that. Ms. Morgan, this program is not for everybody. I mean, it's not for everybody. So as someone that has a parent, that is a parent of somebody that's in middle school, or as they're getting ready to approach the high school age, what do they need to think about? What do they need to talk about? What do they need to prepare for to decide if this is something that their student wants to do, or is it something that they need to be doing?
No, we have an introductory meeting each year with our parents, and I let the parents know if your kid drug you in here, your road is going to be very successful. If you drug your kid in here, it's not going to go as well. It really needs to be something they are fully committed to doing, because it takes a lot of maturity. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of grit. For the first time, they may be told they are not the highest grade point average in that class. And for a lot of them, that has been their entire career, that they've been, at the highest. And now when they get in these classes, they realize there's a lot of competition, and that's life. Some students are ready for it, some students are not. So when these parents are really encouraging their students, we appreciate that. But in the end, it's going to be the work and dedication of that student that makes it successful for that student.
And that's very important, that they've got to buy in, and they've got to want to be in on that.
Yes, but with the parents, Mr. Robbins does a great job of tracking the students and making sure, hey, have you got all your papers turned in? Are you working as hard as you could? Are you using your time management? That seems to be the thing a lot of the kids struggle with. They have a little more freedom than what they did in high school. Are you using the time that's required to be successful? One thing I would love for Dan to talk about is the GPA of these students. They are incredibly successful, more successful than the average freshman going away to college. The overall GPA is much greater with these students, and I think it's because they have the support. The rigor is there. The ECTC instructors are providing the rigor. It is just we are offering the support, which then will lead to those life skills that will continue to encourage success.
Do you threaten them? What do you do?
No, I mean, I really, the thing about it is, these students are phenomenal. They're achievers. They're hardworking kids. They want it. I mean, and they're the ones that, obviously teachers, these are the kids you want in class. And so when you have a group of them like that, it's pretty cool to see what they do because they push each other. They encourage each other to, to keep going, to, dig deeper. And so the higher level of thinking that happens in these classrooms and the questioning that's taking place, it's pretty cool. But I will kind of add to what Ms. Morgan said. We do 3.75 GPA is what our students have, which is phenomenal. 75% of our students are on the dean's list or president's list, and which is 3.5 GPA to 4.0 GPA. Again, that happens because of their hard work and dedication to the program. Yes, we're encouraging, we're pushing them, we're checking grades, we're talking to them about high levels of achievement, and so they know what they're supposed to get. If they fall below a 3.0, we have personal conversations, and some students may not come back.
Well, I mean, that's holding them to a certain standard, and I think that is absolutely amazing. Dr. Pate, when we talk about ECTC and Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, really thinks outside the box. Somebody on the outside looking in the near future, I want to talk to you about a program that you guys just created with Fort Knox to benefit our soldiers that are transitioning out. An amazing program. But you take this program here, talk about the University Center. You guys are really thinking outside the box to not just grow the university, but to also to grow this community, because I think that's pretty important too.
Well, and that's it. And that's what I love about being a part of a community college. It's not, we don't do things for us. Our mission is to add value to the lives of our students and then return that value to the community. That's what we do. Regardless of what's written on our SACS mission statements and all that stuff, that's what we do. Add value to students and through them return that value to our community. The other powerful thing about us is the overwhelming percentage of community college students, not just here but nationwide, who stay in their region. So when the students come to a community college and get a degree from that college that leads directly to employment, they stay in that region. So transfer students, excuse me, it's a little different. Students who come to a community college to transfer to a four-year institution, it's about 50-50. A lot of them stay where they receive that baccalaureate degree. So by creating a pathway to a baccalaureate degree here, truly, the goal is to keep the local talent local. All right, that's what we want. This region has fantastic opportunities, phenomenal careers that need, people to fill. We've got supreme talent coming up here. It's a beautiful marriage. All right, we need that to happen and stay. But, aside from just trying to keep local talent local, I think the big benefit that we see through these partnerships and these programs is community college faculty, they graduate from the same schools as the four-year faculty. They all come through the same academic preparations. We have faculty that graduated #1 in their class in graduate school, and many of their classmates are teaching at the Vanderbilts and the UKs and the University of Iowas of the world. But when you get through these academic pathways as faculty, you have to make a choice. Do I want to do research and publish, or do I want to teach? If you want to teach, then you come to a community college. That's where the teaching, load is for faculty. We don't even require our faculty to publish or do research. They can, they're supported to, many of them do, but it's not a job requirement. Their job is to teach. So, you take a group of faculty who did everything through their preparation because they wanted to teach, and you take a group of students who are so motivated that they want to learn on a higher level even than what they are on, and you put those two forces together, a 3.75 GPA does not surprise me in the least. It's a perfect storm environment for teaching and learning. And then all these kids that are raising and elevating, and all these faculty that are learning from them and elevating what they're doing. As many of these kids as we can keep local, it just keeps a great cycle going for Hardin County.
It's awesome.
That's the beauty.
That's exactly why we do interviews like this. We want to focus on the good that's happening in our community. We are seeing some amazing growth. We're seeing kids becoming adults that are going to make a difference in our community. And it takes adults that are, I call myself an adult. It takes adults that are putting focus on those kids to make them the future leaders of what make this community amazing. So Dr. Pate, I thank you for everything that you guys are doing over at ECTC to help grow our students and to grow our community, and we appreciate all the work that you do.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We appreciate Hardin County Schools and all the work. I mean, just seeing the things that are happening in our community, it's not happening everywhere. And the growth that you guys are doing is absolutely amazing. It's hard to give you a compliment because I give you a hard time most of the time, but thank you for all that you're doing. You got a crown jewel of our community, so don't mess it up.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is a phenomenal place to be, to work, to call home. Because I probably would do. My wife will probably tell you I spend a whole lot more time here sometimes than I do at home at different points in the school year. But I love it here. It's great. This is my fourth child, I'll say, and so as we are starting year 6, it's unbelievable that we are starting year 6 here. But I give credit to our Board of Education, our leaders in this district, is that we started something here 6 years ago that really was progressive and that we were looking to make a change. And if you've paid attention to what Kentucky Department of Education is looking at, they're looking at making changes to higher education that lead to things like this. So we're ahead of the game. I'm really excited to be a part of that team doing that.
All right, all the information you need, bullet point information of how to get information about EC3, how to get information about ECTC. All of that is on the very end of this video. And also, if you're at Kentucky'sHeartland.com, you can scroll down a little bit and find all that contact information right there. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Look forward to doing more things with you guys and talking about this growth we have here going on in the Heartland. It's Greg Milby, Community Storyteller, and this is Kentucky's Heartland.